Hi, welcome to Nona's Here. I'm Nona. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today is supposed to be Try It Tuesday. However, the creator, who usually hosts Try It Tuesday on the last Tuesday of the month, appears not to be doing it today. If she does do it, I'll be sure and announce it as the host with her co-host and guest host. But it appears she's doing a different kind of video today, so I'm going to do my own Try It Tuesday. Now, what Try It Tuesday is you look at other creators on YouTube and choose a couple that you would like to do their craft with your own creative twist. So I've chosen 3 creators whose crafts I really admired and tried to do it my way. So that's what Try It Tuesday is, and I'm doing Nona's Try It Tuesday with my own twist. I hope you'll stay tuned and watch how I did Try It Tuesday. So let's get over to the craft table and see what I have done. All right, Try It Tuesday number 1. This one is from Chemo Craft. Chemo is one of my favorite crafters, and he is an artist extraordinaire. The one that I am going to tweak is his boo houses. Look at that skeleton. He took a toothpick and some dark paint and went in and really emphasized some of the different parts. Okay, so I didn't have the houses, but I had these 3 triangular picture frames with these succulents in it, and I removed the succulents, and they had little picks, nails inside. Those 3 pumpkins, and I had some wooden letters, white chalk paint, maize, and pumpkins, and of course my glue gun. So I painted one of the triangular picture frames yellow, one in the pumpkin chalk paint, and one in the white. The yellow and the orange actually took 3 coats because the frames were quite dark wood. I painted them everywhere, back, front, inside, edges, everywhere, and let them dry completely. And the white only took 2 coats. It was much heavier paint than the yellow, the maize, and the pumpkin. So then I also painted the letters, 1 maize, 1 pumpkin, and 1 white. There I'm showing you how I painted all around the picture frames. And then I took up each pumpkin and hot glued them. I stuck them on the little nails sticking out, and I actually hot glued them so they wouldn't spin around. And then I hot glued 1 letter to each little pumpkin so that it would spell out boo. And then I couldn't find a skeleton, so I found a package of bats, purple glitter bats. So I decided that I would use a bat for my decoration on my boo sign. So I decided I was gonna set them up in a different way, like that. So I used Gorilla wood glue and the Fix All adhesive, which worked really well. There's the bats. You get 4 in a package. They have little clips on them. One thing I'm showing you is be careful if you buy a package of those that the little ears aren't broken off. And here's my finished boo. Okay, this is Try It Tuesday number 2, and I am doing one of Monarch Mom DIY Cindy's crafts. This is her floral wall pocket wall hanging, and she did 2. I only did 1, and actually when I had one of these frames, but when I took off the word that was on top, I broke off the bottom piece, but it didn't matter. also she used those pencil holders that you can get in the school section of Dollar Tree, and I didn't have any of those, so I used something else, which you'll see. And she also had paper to use for the back that looked like wood, and I didn't have that, so I did something different. And I'm giving mine away as a gift to a lady that lives in a small condo, so I only did one because she doesn't really have room to hang two. So here's how I did mine. So here is the picture frame, and you can see I broke off the bottom, and I am going to use these quart paint stirrers to make the wooden background since I don't have the paper. And instead of the pencil holder with the suction cups on the back, I'm going to use that little box from Dollar Tree, you know, the drawers, and I'll put that open butterfly towards the back. And I'm using Gorilla Glue to attach the wooden quart stirrers. And I don't know why I'm going to such a big deal about making the big stir sticks a different lengths, but I did so it would kind of look like a wooden floor. But it was fun, so I did that. I made it look like it was kind of like a hardwood floor. And I used the Gorilla Glue to glue it all down. And don't use your good scissors to cut these apart, to cut those wooden sticks apart, because it's kind of hard on the scissors. So I glued that all down, and then I took my truffle chalk paint with some water, and I didn't have a stain, so I just kind of made, there I'm showing you what a nice job I did. And then I took my truffle Waverly chalk paint with some water and kind of made a stain and painted that on, and then used a paper towel to kind of rub it off so it was like a stain. That's a good way to try and make a homemade stain, and it doesn't smell and it dries really quickly. So after I did that, and of course I'm doing the same thing to the box so it all matches. I didn't do anything to the frame itself because it pretty well matched the inside. So now I'm taking the antique wax, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a antique wax brush, dry brush it to give it some more of a wooden look. And I'm gonna do that to the box, and I'm gonna do it to the back of the frame. Then I am going to Gorilla Glue the box to the frame, and I'm going to set something real heavy on it to make sure that it sticks. Now I glued the box down low on the frame so that you wouldn't see the broken part of the frame, which you don't see it when it's hanging up, you don't see it. So then I took styrofoam, you know, this, and cut it and fit it into the box. See the lovely job I did on the wax? Okay, now I'm going to glue that on. See, isn't that nice? It looks just like a nice hardwood floor. Oh, look at that. Pretty, pretty. Nona, you did such a good job. All right, now I'm going to glue it. And I'm going to glue with the butterfly design down, so you aren't even going to see that. Wipe that all off. All right. That's the kind of styrofoam I like the best. I hate that other stuff. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I've got all these pretty flowers, and I'm going to stick those into the little box. See, aren't those pretty? Then I had this beautiful ribbon, fall ribbon. And so I made a real simple bow with some little berries there to cover the twine where I tied the bow together. And I hot glued that on, and then I took some jute cord and made a hanger. Oh, now I'm going to take the floral moss and put it around the flowers, the bottom of the flowers, so that you don't see the styrofoam. And I'm pressing that down real pretty. And the lady can then change it out at Christmas time, the flowers and the bow. Now I'm using hairspray to spray that floral moss so it doesn't shed. It's all finished, and let's take a look. There we go. That's my version of the floral wall pocket. I interrupt this regularly scheduled program for a short announcement. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I hope you'll consider hitting that little red subscribe button and then the bell next to it that says, and then the word that says all. That way you won't miss any of my videos, and you don't want to miss any of the fun. It's free, you know. Also, at the end of the video, I hope you'll comment down below and tell me which was the favorite of the 3 crafts that I recreated. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Try It Tuesday number 3. This one is from Brenda at Rustic and Lace DIY. And this is a beautiful pumpkin she did using her Sola wood flowers. Now I've done lots of pumpkins, and I will list the link below of the pumpkins that I did, but I had not done any with my Sola wood flowers. So she inspired me to get out some of my flowers and do another one. So let's see how I did mine. All right, so I have my pumpkin, and I'm going to take off that pretty silver leaf and save it. And then I have my vintage teal chalk paint that I'm going to use, and I pulled a lot of my white Sola wood flowers, which I had sprayed with water and glycerin the night before and let them dry. It's 1 part glycerin and 8 parts water, or a cup of water to a tablespoon of glycerin. If you don't know where to find glycerin, it's at Walmart in the pharmacy department where the Band-Aids are. It's very inexpensive, and you spray your Sola wood flowers with it to open the blossoms and so that they don't become brittle. So I've painted my pumpkin. I always do 2 coats. Now I'm using my Home Decor Parisian Gray to paint the stem, and then I'm going to dry brush the edges and the pumpkin lines to make it look like a pumpkin. And there's Grumpy Grandpa in the background. I'm going to use my silver welcome sign across the center, and I will use my Fix All adhesive. Don't use hot glue to attach those silver words. It doesn't work. There he comes delivering the mail, and there's the cat following him, and there he goes again. The cat thinks he's going to get treats. All right, so I'm doing the little dry brushing. I've finished painting it with 2 coats of the vintage teal. That's done. Now I'm going to attach the welcome sign right in the center. Now I'm going to take the Home Decor Parisian Gray and just dry brush the tips of the flowers to give them a little bit of color. Just gently dry brush them, the tips, to give them some color. Then I'll lay them out on my pumpkin to get an idea of how I want to set it up. Boy, Grumpy Grandpa's a busy guy this morning, in and out, in and out. All right, so, and then some of the flowers have kind of thick backing to them, so you can cut those off. The flowers won't come apart. You can just cut those so that the flowers will lay flat. So now I've hot glued all my flowers down, and I used my beautiful silver ribbon from Dollar Tree, made a ribbon and a hanging. So let's take a look at it hanging up. Let's take a look at all three of my crafts. The Bat and Boo Halloween craft, the floral pocket wall hanger, and the teal blue welcome pumpkin wall hanging. Tell me in the comments below which is your favorite.